Hey, Tom here, legacytoolworks. I'm here with another podcast with my friend Matt. How are you?
Hey, I'm pretty good.
Great
How are you?
stuff. Not too bad, man. Good to have you here back on the podcast segment of the show.
Oh, glad to be back.
Awesome. Hey, while we're at it, we've just got a few things to chat about. Whoever's new to the podcast, we just hang out and chat about our various niches and passions of what we're up to. So
And we
here
got some video this time.
Yeah.
Say hi.
Hello.
Woo. I'm eating lollies, so excuse me.
That's all right. You got to fuel yourself somehow, right? It's an incentive. So, Matt, what have you been getting up to lately in your niche, your adventure niche?
Pretty much just training and, well, if I was to be completely honest, the training's got a little out of hand. But
Okay.
I've pretty much been studying. I've been studying and, yeah, got a lot of catch up on study.
Okay.
Like first semester was great. This
Yeah.
semester has been all right, but now we're getting down to the end of it, and I'm just like, like time management is like,
Lots to do, huh?
yep. hmm
I know that feeling. It's, it's not easy to plan everything when it hits you all at once. But yeah, you got any, how can I say, adventure projects you want to go on? Anything you want to
Anything after?
get off your chest, adventure-wise?
I've started doing some tramps with my flatmate.
Cool. Yeah.
So, first one was Godly Head.
Nice.
Went up the Black Rock route, I believe it was. Black Rock route.
Okay.
Went right behind the Godly Head. Set a path. Went into like this rocky area, which was like amazing. Like we both pretty much looked at each other and was like, if it was raining, this would be like the first Tomb Raider game. Like it would be like Yamatai all over again. It would be like,
Wow.
oh, we're actually experiencing Yamatai. We just
sliding down rocks and everything.
sliding down rocks. All we need now is just planes, destroyed planes. Maybe a. Oh, I don't know if I should say this, but like maybe a disturbed cult chasing us, something like that.
In reference to the game.
Yeah, in reference to the game. But it was quite cool. Like we even seen this like little bit of rock, and I was like, you know, that's easy to climb. And he was like, no, it's not. You wouldn't climb that. This is unsafe. And I was like, mate, hold my bag. And I was like, right, got my hand, got my grip, went up there, and he's like, what? No, okay, I could do this. And I was like, yeah, you can. But before you do,
Yeah.
get your hand, make sure you hold it tight, and please don't make a move until you know your footing is right. And he's like, yeah, we're good. And then he gets on the rock and he's like, okay, I know what you mean now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm scared I'm going to fall off. And I'm like, mate, the top is literally head height. It's head
Wow.
height. We haven't even got to bouldering yet.
Yeah, it's just above
It's
your
like a
eye
mixture
line
of psyching him out, but at the same time, we are on a cliff.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure you do not fall down and then roll and then go off the edge, because I can't save you. I didn't bring my rope.
Yeah,
Don't have a
wow.
rope, actually. So,
Alright. So that sounds like fun, man.
Yeah.
You're getting out and doing it, and in your own time, of course. You're developing that. How can I say, passion and skill.
yeah. He didn't like last week's. Last week's we went up Bridle Path.
Oh, bridle path.
And he was like, that'll be fine. And I'm like, yep, it'll be fine. Put 10 kgs on my back. Oh, I want to do the same. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, go for it. He goes up and he's like, right, so is this how about? And he's like, mate, we only started. And he's like, what do you mean? This isn't the beginning. This is like literally like not steep. And then we get to the steep part and he's like, what are we doing? And I'm like, we're going up Bridle Path. We're like 10% of the way done. What?
Yeah. Well, if you don't do tracks like that or hills like that regularly,
Yeah.
it does take it out of you.
Yeah.
I remember when I was, I actually do like going up the bridle path.
Yeah.
It's good fun.
Works on your legs.
Yeah, exactly. It's short and steep and sharp, so that's why I like it. It's a good
Have you gone
pass.
all the way down to the Little Tin and then back?
I haven't done that in years. I usually just go up one side and down because I'm on the clock most of the time. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I try and make sure I go all the way to the top and then all the way back down to Littleton And then
Yeah.
the first time I did it, they said, "Sweet, so you're going to take a bus?" And I was like, "No, I was challenged to go all the way back."
Nice. That's the way you do it, eh?
Yeah.
Test yourself, push yourself.
And get used to it.
Yeah. I was, yeah, I remember actually coming back from Wellington to live down here, move back. And I was so rusty on hill blasting or hill walking, hill power walking.
From Wellington.
Yeah, it's ironic, isn't it?
Wellington, the
Yeah,
hill
it's,
city.
it's ironic because I'd done Mount Victoria and a couple of others, but just the steepness of the bridle track really caught me off guard, and I hadn't really
You're
done
making me feel much better if I want to move to Wellington now. Like I've actually been a little bit like I've been a little bit like scared of that, but now since you say that, I'm a little bit more.
Yeah, they're more gradual. It's pros and cons anyway. But yeah, just getting used to it, getting in the mode, doing it, time and time again. I should do it again. It's been a few weeks, but yeah, it's a really good track.
Come along with me in my next track.
Yeah, I'm only a text away.
Sweet.
Organise it, set it up, and we'll see what happens. So you've been up to heaps of stuff, and of course I've been doing the tool making thing. So what's new on the radar? What's the plan for, I don't know, let's throw a figure out there, the next year?
Next year. It's got me a little bit of thinking to figure this out, but at the moment, it could change, but at the moment the plan is to continue training.
Yep.
My training's kind of changed a little bit in the last week.
Okay.
So continue my training. In a nutshell, climbing at Uprising, so I'm going to change my membership to Uprising.
Ooh.
Do all my workouts and that there. Going to hike once a week.
Yep.
I'm going to try and train at Uprising, doing the weights 4 times a week.
Okay.
Going to keep up the steady state cardio 3 times a week as well.
Nice.
And since I'm at the rock climbing gym, whenever I feel fit, we'll get some more climbs.
It'll be like a supplement to your regular program.
I was thinking of doing it once a week, but the more I had a visit there recently and I looked at it and I was like, it looks like a lot of people do it more regularly than just once a week.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, if this is the goal I'm going to do, best to merge down, not have too many things going, but have a lot of things like working in the same area. So that's the training.
Keeping it simple.
Yeah, try and keep it simple, but still athlete, adventure training. But
nice.
Yeah, that's the plan for the training. Next one is I think I might stay at Hell's for another year, but maybe
work-wise.
Yeah, but maybe stick 9 hours for that one. Get another job that will give me 20 hours.
Right.
And then grind for 3 hours a week. Doesn't need to be more, but it needs to be a scheduled 3 hours towards freelance based looking, like search out, see if you can get some more clients, keep that ball moving.
Independent work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The more clients I get, hopefully I can replace my income.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
But make it more of a digital nomad position.
So you can work remotely from pretty
Yep.
much anywhere.
Just using a laptop.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'd like to
So
do
if
that.
I can move my income from location based to laptop based, that will free me up work wise.
Yeah.
And then the next side of the goal is clear out my family's house. Once my family's house is cleared out, it will allow me, if an opportunity comes, to rent that out, put a family in there.
Right.
And then I don't actually have to stay in Christchurch. At the moment, I'm kind of stuck.
It's like an in-between period.
Yeah. So I could move out, but then I might need storage, might have to pay for the storage, and it's like, I don't think
logistically it's a bit of a maze really, but yeah, it's good you got that plan in mind and you've been thinking about it really in depth.
That's the simple plan.
Yeah.
And then there's also creativity, but I think I'm going to slowly work on the creative side
Yeah.
a little bit more. I've got some plans in the works, but it's more planning, and
Yeah, it's tricky to, or what I find the most.
Simple's good, I find now.
Yeah, simplifying things is.
Which I struggle with. I'm always complicated.
Well, a lot of creatives do, and
Yeah.
I kind of struggle with the same thing in my own context, of course. But yeah, it's something you're always not battling, but you're always proactively aware of yourself and trying to keep your own life as simple as you can, so you can do things better within it. But that's
But the hiking once a week is a part of that plan.
Oh, okay.
So say I build the habit of tramping once a week.
Yeah.
Gives me the opportunity to go, hey, let's actually vlog this week.
Okay.
If we actually have time, get an edit done throughout that week.
Yeah, editing takes a while.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It's
But
very
like,
time-consuming.
if I have more free time through the other endeavor, that will free up that time.
Nice. Alrighty. So, yeah, it's good to know what you're getting up to and getting effectively a snapshot of where you're progressing and where you're going. It's bloody good, man. As for me, with Legacy Toolworks, I'm just going to keep experimenting with as many varied projects as possible. I mentioned in the previous update I was going to be working on, in no particular order, a mini tana or a mini katana knife design that someone challenged me online with a friend of mine, Sam. So Sam, if you're listening, I'll get onto it as soon as I can. It's going to be good, and thanks for the challenge. And also yourself, Matt, you challenged me with a restoration project, so that'll be yet again another first. I've never done anything like that before, but yet again, that's what this channel's all about. Just trying new things, learning new skills. Basically, the crux of it is self-improvement. As I mentioned in the very first podcast and video. So that's what's on the radar. Further down the track, I would like to get into longer, larger tools. So maybe two-handed stuff or 1.5 hand. Maybe not battle swords, but tools that utilize more force and down power to chop or to do their job, like axes or something of the like. But things are moving forward slowly, but in the pipeline there are quite a few projects down the track. I've been hoarding as much useful steel as I possibly can from various sources. Being on the
Hard to come by.
Yeah, being on the budget that I am, proper tool steel that I will use eventually, don't get me wrong, but it does cost quite a bit.
Money restrictions suck.
Yeah,
They
you're
do.
right about that, and I do feel you on it. But I do have some actual proper steel to use, but I'm going to save it for a project later on that I can refine a design and then get it done. So I wouldn't say waste, but I'm not using proper tool steel too early in the piece. I want to basically grow my skills and experiment with other materials and designs first with practice steel, as I call it, the not so good stuff, so I can, figuratively speaking, be better prepared and produce a more refined design or outcome at the end with the proper steel. So I look forward to that. So that's in the pipeline. I've just got a couple of questions that I've written down, as you may see, my trusty Tom question.
Hey guys!
The handy book. Yeah. Hello. So I've got a few questions for you, Matt, and
Oh, that's
you
going
may
to be
have
interesting.
A few questions for me.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll start off with the questions for you and your niche concerning what you're doing at the moment. So you've been doing avalanche training not so long ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
around about the beginning of semester 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that sounds pretty full on. Excuse me, avalanche training.
Yeah.
It's not something you hear about every day.
Yeah.
Crikey. But I've just got a couple of, 3 or 4 questions about your adventure niche. Speaking of avalanche training, my handy notebook says
Nifty handy notebook.
it's not Simon says, it's the notebook. Avalanche training. Concerning that, does it actually involve getting into an avalanche or something similar?
No.
No. Yeah, I thought it might be a bit risky if that was the case.
I mean, I did think that. At first, and I was like, "Oh, great! It's gonna really." I'm mentioning it again, but it really does. This is gonna be like being in like Rise of the Tomb Raider at the beginning. I'm gonna be like caught in an avalanche. I'm gonna be like scared, and the tutors are gonna be on the corner drinking coffee, like going, "Make sure you do it right." It actually turns out no, because we did a little bit of research, and a lot of research actually. There's like a website that tells you all about it, and it turned out that it has 5 levels.
Oh, okay.
There's 5 levels of avalanche,
Good grief.
and every one of them can kill you.
Crikey.
And I'm like,
What are the 5 levels?
so there's like you look at a mountain and you see a little trickle of something going down or something like that from the distance.
Okay.
That's a level 1.
Right.
And that can break bones, cover you.
Wow.
It can it hurt. I can't even say it hurts, because hurts means that you live. And I'm like, oh, okay. What's level 2? Oh, you see that bigger one? Yeah, that's a level 2. What? That looks like 2 or 3 times bigger than the other one. Yeah, that's a level 2. You go to level 3, you're like, oh no, that's gigantic. Nope, that's not gigantic. And then I'll skip all the way to like level 5. That's like the whole snow on the mountain coming down apparently, and it literally, you have a city.
Right.
By the time the snow has hit it, it will be a pancake.
Whoa, so it's
And
like city leveling power.
I'm like, yeah, I think I'll stay away from avalanches forever. I don't think I'll even intrigue it.
Far out. That's the power of nature and gravity and physics. It's just never pick an argument with physics. You always lose. That's one thing.
Just gonna go up.
True.
I'm not even gonna go up those faces now. I'm just gonna go up the spurs. Apparently, because if you're going up the spur, there is no way you have like any snow in your way.
Okay, so it's more like a safer route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like climbing, when you climb a mountain or a hill, the safest way, especially on like snow places that's got snow, is go up the spurs.
Okay.
Avoid valleys, apparently.
Specifically, what is that? I'm not really familiar.
Oh, so on a mountain you got, if I remember correctly, ridges, spurs, gullies, and valleys.
Okay.
If you look at your knuckles,
Yeah.
if I got this right, the big bits on your knuckles are ridges. They're the top points.
Oh, okay. Peak.
Oh my gosh, I'm on recording right now. Hope I get this right. If you go into a gully though, a gully is right in between your little fingers.
Oh, okay.
And so like they go inwards, kind of like where rivers follow.
Right, so it's like a deep cut down.
Valleys, I believe, are the combine, like you have 2 of them and right in the middle there or something. But spurs, now you get to the fingers, and that little bit on the fingers that go down, and on each side of that is like is a down patch.
Okay.
And you just follow it all the way up to the ridge.
So it's kind of like how can I say, like an edge.
Yeah, it's an edge.
An edge that goes up.
Yeah, it's an edge that goes up to the top with no face on going up. They're only going down.
Oh, okay, right. So it's a safer way to do it.
it's a safer way. That's the safest way to go up, get to the top, and if an avalanche happens, it's either going to be on the sides of where you're standing,
Right.
so you're in a pretty good place, or somewhere else. It's not going to be above you.
Right. Okay, so you're always on top of where
Yeah.
anything that'll fall down
Yeah.
will be.
But if you're on a face, which is these, or a
On the way down to
or on a
valley.
gully or something like that,
Right.
you have like that
Risk.
face could be covered in snow, and if
Right.
that snow comes down, you're on the path.
You're in its way. You're not
You're
going to
in
win.
its way. Yeah.
Nice. I learned something. That's cool.
Yeah.
A spur is the way to go, guys. If you're climbing mountains with lots of snow. Okay, so concerning another activity that you've done in your adventure training,
Mm-hmm.
which sounds like fun, would be kayaking, right? Not a personal favourite of yours?
Not at all. I know a lot of adventure people that have I met a couple of them. They're like their favorite things is mountaineering, tramping, kayaking, and biking and all that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, mountaineering, awesome. Tramping, awesome. Oh, climbing, amazing. Get me in a boat, like a small compact container for my legs? No. Like
Doesn't work, does it?
reference to the Hulk from Avengers right there, small compact container. Yeah, it literally feels like that.
Oh, wow.
Like I put
Must
my
be
legs in there,
agitating.
I put my legs in there, and my legs automatically start getting tingles. It's like my legs are
Oh.
talking to me saying, "Get me out." They're like saying, "Oh, put some cushioning in there. You'll be fine." I'm like, no, not with these hamstrings.
Oh, crikey.
But yeah, it's just torture. It's like, we even went on to,
Not your favourite.
yeah, we went to the Littleton Harbour with the kayaks. We did sea kayaking, and every 5 minutes I took my legs out.
Oh,
and
wow.
and they were like, "We're making no traction." I'm like, I know. You got me in the middle of the ocean, and in a kayak where I actually have to take my feet out every 5 minutes. This is not a good idea.
Yeah. It's not cool. A canoe would be better because you're not encased so much, eh?
Canoes are great.
Like an open top thing.
That was
yeah.
great. I was able to stretch my legs out whenever,
Yeah.
and I didn't have to force myself to not do self-rescues just to get out.
Self-rescues, crikey. Well, speaking of rescues, that's actually part of the question. So, concerning your rescue training in kayaks, here's a question, true or false. You had to redo your rescues for sea kayaking, not once, but twice.
Yes.
It's true. Okay, so you had to
Yes.
redo it twice. All right.
Yeah, mainly because I don't like kayaks a lot,
Yeah.
and I got out of hand. I was like, no, I don't want to do this. Let's get this over and done with. So I was trying to get it done fast.
Yeah.
Fast as possible. Fast in, fast
Rushed it,
out.
and it just
And
felt a bit.
the more I went fast, the more I messed stuff up. Didn't get it
no.
in time. I was like, no, but you got to go fast so then you can get it in time. Because if I do it fast, the faster it is, the faster I get in time. It'll be in time, it'll be fast, and I can get out.
Yeah.
Not the case, because then it messes up your focus. You mess one thing up and you get frustrated, and then you like, your body's just like frustrated, and that's consuming more time. And then at the end of it, they're like, yeah, you look like you're drowning. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to get out of the boat, but I don't really want to get back in.
Yeah.
But finally, after like a self-talk, was like, okay, just slow and steady, get it done. You'll be good. Just get it done. And
Just one of those
yeah.
days, eh?
yeah, I'm not going to be, I'll be a guide, but I won't be a guide.
Oh, yeah.
I won't be a guide for kayaking.
Now the truth comes out.
I'll be a guide, but not a guide for kayaking.
Fair enough.
I'll hire someone else for you to hire.
Yeah, do all the other grunt work. Sweet. I've got another question for you, man. Are you planning to study your adventure learning, your current course, for another 2 years in outdoor ed or education? Are you planning to?
No.
No?
There's been the option to move from diploma to the degree,
Mm-hmm.
and the original idea was, but nah, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Mainly because my focus and goals start going another way, right, where the course starts going more into the environmental sustainability type of side.
Okay.
And like, there's a couple of courses I'd like to continue on within it, which is the learning, getting number 2 and number 3 of climbing and tramping and all that. But the other stuff like social geo, sustainability, and all of that stuff, it's just not my forte. Like, it's not
your cup of tea, man.
Yeah, not my cup of tea. Like, I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect the people that are going into that stuff, but it's not what I want to focus on.
It's just not you, eh?
Yeah, I just want to adventure stuff. I don't want to focus on how the world is being destroyed.
Yeah.
I want to explore it. I don't want to.
Yeah. You just want to cut to the chase, effectively. Yeah.
Mad respect to the people that are going into that stuff, but for me, I want to experience it rather than.
Yeah. Well, everyone's different.
Yeah.
And you've got your preferences, of course.
Yeah.
And you're running with that, with your passion. So nothing wrong with that. Sweet. So that's a no.
No.
In short. All right. One more question. This might have been a while ago, but here we go. In your training, for one period of time, you had a group of 12 loud, rowdy, unruly little dudes or little boys. You were teaching on adventure-based learning. So you're doing activities, taking them out, climbing or doing the stuff, whatever.
Not climbing. They're not old enough for that.
No, okay, fair enough. All right.
Yeah, so we did.
A full month.
Yeah, a full month. Okay, truthfully, not okay. It went for a month long, but it was once a week.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was once a week from.
Not so full on then.
Yeah, not so full on, but there's a bit of planning where, but like, so how did last week go? Well, they hated this. They just wanted to play Bull Rush. This one just did not. This one, like, really was not interested in this. He thought it was boring. Like, so it was always like, see how the last day went. Yeah. And then try and see if we can get some interesting and fun activities. Right, like, they loved Bull Rush. They loved.
Oh, of course.
They loved all the games that got them running.
Oh yeah, it's always good.
Like, we got them to play Octopus.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah, but whenever it came to anything else in particular, like, was it cup game or something, they weren't interested at all.
Okay, they were more interested in the hard and fast running / physical tackling and all that sort of stuff.
Pretty much.
Nice. So I suppose that sums up the questions I have for you. You had some questions you might want to. I just put
the book down.
Okay. The notebook comes in handy yet again.
Sweet. Here we go. Okay, so first question.
Yep.
Your first tool, tool or knife, had a sheath.
The first one I did. Yep. No, it didn't.
Where'd you put it?
I just have it in my special project box, which shall forever remain anonymous.
Has it got a label on it?
No, but it is locked. Okay. It's locked for a reason, you gotta.
I thought I was gonna go treasure hunting into your place and see if I can find the knife.
Treasure hunting.
The knife.
Anyway, well, at least you know that they're valuable to me. So yeah, they're in a locked box, tucked away somewhere. But it had no sheath. It was just the first knife I did. In the first ever video and podcast, you'll see it. It was that thin X handsaw blades knife, the little 4-incher one, little utility blade. I showed it to you once, yeah.
Yep.
I'll see if I can chuck up a photo. But yeah, that had no sheath, but it was a whole lot of fun, and I learned heaps from it.
Okay. Next question. Your workshop space is approximately 2 by 2 meters squared.
That is true. On camera, it may seem larger or smaller. I'm not sure. Depends if.
But I think it looks cool when it's small.
Depends who you are. Yeah. Yeah, it's a small space. It's approximately 2 by 2. But yeah, I've been effectively loaned a space that I can use as effectively a workshop, which is great. So I'm always grateful for that. And whoever, if you're watching, whoever lent me that space, you know who you are. So thank you. Yeah. So I'm working with a small space, but I'm making.
We should have a tour at some point.
A workshop tour. That might be something we could plan. Yeah.
Handycam.
Handycam
This is
workshop
the
tour.
space.
This is the
Where's
space.
the knife? Where's the knife?
Yeah. Oh, it's actually good because I'm not. How can I say? Making an inefficient use of the space. Since it's so small, I'm forced to get creative with the space I have and use it most effectively for what I do. So yeah, it's
Doesn't damage your equipment.
that has happened, but particularly one of my camera lenses. But yeah, there's a certain how can I say, equipment sacrifice that goes on with sparks and dust. Effectively, does affect the cameras, but hey, it's all worth it. I do it for you guys, and I do it for myself to learn. So yeah, I'm happy.
I just got like a
Happy to do
split
that.
through my wide angle lens, so I'm just like,
Oh, like a crack.
yeah, it's cracked right through it. In fact, we're actually using
There
it
it
right
is.
now. We're using it right now. Hopefully this angle doesn't look that bad with a
Yeah.
crack through it, but
Can you see it crack through the recordings or not?
no.
No. Well, there you go.
But when I was testing it this morning, I looked it through the window,
Oh, okay.
and the glare went right through the crack, and I was like, man, this looks like a really cool effect, but at the same time, is it what I want for commercial use?
Like crikey. It could go either way.
Stylistic lens, there you go.
Yeah, a stylized lens. There you go. It's got a certain flavour to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Sweet. Now, third question. Are we up to third question?
Yeah.
Yeah, third. Got it.
Good question.
During the 12mm chopper challenge,
Oh, yep. That was good fun.
did you break one side of the sheath you made for it?
Oh, like, how do you mean, like one panel? Because I do 2 panels and bolt them together.
Yeah, one side of it.
Oh, okay. I actually broke 2 panels. So effectively, I broke the equivalent of an entire sheath worth. So I effectively did the sheath twice.
How hard were you sanding?
You'll see on the video. I'll try and link it. What I was doing, I know it's the wrong timber, guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm not silly, but I just needed something to basically house it.
Budget.
Oh yeah, budget, and I just want to use as many different materials as I can and get used to working with different stuff. So I used Quila decking timber as the sheath material and handle. Yes, it is prone to splitting and cracking, and yes, it's not specifically the right stuff, but it's a part of my experimentation process.
Nice.
And yeah, I was chiseling a groove for the handle to fit in, so you can sit it in nice and snug, nice and tight. And yeah, it split. The first one split with a crack, and the second one actually split and it broke effectively in half. So yeah, I destroyed 2 panels worth trying to make 4. Well, trying to make 2, but yeah, it was
Wow.
it was a learning lesson, but a interesting time in the workshop.
If I remember this correctly, this was the one where you were like, broke it,
Yeah.
and you're like, but like the voice
Kind of
came
laughed
out.
about it.
Yeah, the voice came out was like, ha ha.
Yeah.
It was like quite cool. I like that.
Oh, it's broken. Let's do another one. Yeah.
I like that personality quote that you put in there. It was like, it's broken, instead of like whining and going
Like
and complaining
whinging and
about
moaning,
it. You were
yeah.
just like, it's broke. I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Kind of the crazy scientist mentality. Yeah.
It was like, yeah, if I did not know this guy already, I think I would have subscribed just by that.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was. Don't get me wrong. I was pissed off. I was quite annoyed. Yes, I know I should be using other stuff, but it's just the fact that you put effort into it, and no matter how, it turned out bad for 2 panels. Yeah, I accept that. That's fine. But I decided, all right, yeah, this is bound to happen if I do this for too long. So, and it did happen twice. So I thought, oh, why not? Just laugh it off, have fun, and just, kind of get over it. Effectively, that's what I kind of told myself in my own mind. Just, oh yeah, it broke. Yeah, so what? You can make another one. It'll help you learn better. So just get over it and just do it. It was great once I made the full thing. Anyway,
I think there's a quote that I've heard before, and it's, if you don't fail, then you don't learn, or you don't succeed.
To fail is to learn.
Yeah, fail is to learn. Yeah, because if you're not willing to fail, then you're not going to get better.
No,
in it.
You don't improve. You don't grow.
Yeah.
At least nearly as much, if that's the right circumstance. But yeah, you're right. It was a classic example of, okay, bugger it up early, fail early, and make your mistakes early on in the piece, and learn from there, and which is great.
Yeah, like there's a lot of famous people that if you look back in their like past, they've failed so many times, but no one really remembers the failures. They remember the success. Yeah.
Yeah, like Colonel Sanders, the whole KFC thing. He failed, I don't know how many hundred times.
Like I think he had to go through like 106 doors just to
places to sell stuff.
Places, and he was like, hey, buy my recipe, and he did it like 106 times or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, for me, after the 20th, I'll be like, is my recipe even working?
Yeah.
But no, he kept on.
Yeah, he kept on going. It's a story of perseverance, I guess. But yeah, that's part of what I do. Yeah.
Last question. You have never heat treated a project before, true or false?
I haven't actually yet.
So when we say heat treated, is that we like get like a container and go doing, doing.
So what it means is I
played too much RuneScape, I think.
Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, or email me, legacytoolworks@gmail.com, shameless plug. Anyway, so heat treatment. From what I understand, you heat the blade up to a non-magnetic heat. So, steel's usually magnetic. Heat it up enough, and it becomes non-magnetic, doesn't stick to magnets. So, once that happens, you heat it up a couple of shades lighter. It's like red hot by this stage. Tinges of yellow, maybe. And basically, you cool it quickly in something, whether it be water, oil, preferably oil, and that effectively hardens the blade. Don't want to get into the science of it too much, but from what I've researched,
do you get like one of those metal like box things and like put on there and like ding ding?
Oh no, that's more a smithing thing.
Oh, okay.
It's like forming shapes and getting the geometry right. But
okay.
As far as the dipping in the oil and hardening the blade is concerned, just a quick lowdown.
Because that's what I think of when, like,
yeah,
I think
it's very easily mistaken, but
like Man at Arms.
Oh yeah, that's a good show. Watch it. So, hardening or heat treating a blade, or quenching, I call it. Steel's made of mainly iron and carbon. It's all steel. The iron is softer than the carbon, and iron acts as a mesh and the carbon atoms or molecules, they're like little tiny units, like little circles, if you like. When you heat it up, the iron expands, and the holes in the mesh effectively become bigger, and the carbon atoms slip right in. They slip into space.
Oh, okay.
And when you harden it quickly, it cools it so fast that the carbon atoms are locked inside the holes of the mesh in the iron, so that effectively makes it hard.
I'm getting a science lesson. This is awesome.
It's only what I've researched. I could
Wow.
be completely off, but that's from what I understand. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. But yeah, effectively that's what I understand of it. And there's a second part to it. So there's quenching, or the hardening process, and tempering, or soft heat treatment. So since the blade is quickly hardened, it's actually quite brittle. It's really hard, but it could shatter if you hit it against something. So to kind of solve that problem, you heat it to a certain level, let's say 200 degrees Celsius for 2 hours at a time. What that does, when you heat it up slowly like that, the iron mesh, which now houses the carbon atoms inside the holes, it expands slightly, and the carbon atoms, they don't completely dislodge, or theoretically, but they kind of ease out of those holes just a little bit. So that effectively gives it a bit of flexibility. So instead of being super hard but brittle, like shatters on impact, it's quite hard. It's slightly less hard, but it's still very hard. It's way more flexible, so it's got a lot of how can I say,
Floppy.
Spring properties to it.
All right.
So you can hit it on something and it will spring instead of shatter. It'll just bing, a few vibrations.
So it won't be like glass, like shit, like glass.
No, yeah,
it will be like.
that's a good
flexy.
comparison. It'll be, like an iron bar instead of shattering glass. There's quite a science to it. I've got a lot to learn on it, but I can't wait. But yeah, that was a long answer to a short question. So I haven't tried it, no. But at the moment, I'm just focusing on my shape skills, getting geometries, bevels, working with different materials. And soon down the track, yes, I would like to get into heat treatment. I should do a little heat treatment oven build video. That'll be fun. But yeah, watch this space, basically. It'll be coming up.
All I can think of right now is maybe a year or two down the track, I'll come down the driveway and there'll be like a old tin rubbish bin with fire, and you're like ching 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 ching
On an anvil, yeah.
Yeah, like having like an like a brown dirty apron, and you're like,
Yeah.
hey mate, how's it going? Ding ding.
A full smithy, Smith's workshop kind of thing, yeah. That'll be freaking cool, but yeah. But yeah, that's yeah.
What else you want to cover?
That's all the questions, yeah. Holy cow, we're 42 minutes in. Wow. I did not expect that, guys. So thanks for your patience.
I told you 45 minutes. He's already beat me. Unless we keep talking right now.
Don't count on it too much. All right. Yeah, so that's effectively the bulk of what we've got today. Thanks for joining us, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Any last words, Matt?
Keep cool.
Yeah? Keep cool?
Keep cool. If you guys want to keep training, keep getting fitter.
Yeah.
Take on adventure.
That's good, man. Just keep, if you haven't tried it already, adventuring is a great way to keep up your physical fitness, and it's good for your mental health as well. They kind of go in hand, which is great. And
it can inspire you to be a crazy person.
Inspire you to be a more higher performing individual. That's how I'll phrase it.
Okay, yeah.
Not just crazy.
Learn how to take risks properly.
Yeah, calculated risks.
Calculated risk, perceived risk versus real risk. Like, come on guys, rock climbing's not that risky if you're on the rope.
That's a yeah, we'll roll with that. yeah, we'll do that.
Don't and whatever you do not look at an avalanche and go, great, I've seen this on TV. Yeah, no, stay away from avalanche.
Yeah.
Stay.
in
Number
doubt,
one rule,
don't
never,
go there.
if there's an avalanche, it's a no-go. You want
Yeah.
to survive, just so.
Yeah, stay away as far as possible. Nice. Well, I actually can't wait to hear what you've got to say about your adventures next time we meet.
Yeah.
That'll be fantastic. So
Maybe next one I'll get him onto a tramp and it will be a podcast while tramping.
Oh, crikey, here we go.
Here we go.
On set live, flipping.
Maybe Godly Head will go into the, maybe we could go into the,
Oh, the gun emplacements.
a gun emplacement.
That could be a, cool day out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said before, I'm a text away. We'll see how our timetables are and we'll
So I've,
try and organise something.
I know you're busy on Monday.
Yeah,
Yeah. We
yeah.
could try and do it on Friday or Saturday.
That could work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch the space.
Sweet.
Yeah. As for me, it's always a pleasure talking with you guys. And if you got any projects you're undertaking, or anything you'd like to know, or more likely anything that you'd like to input into my knowledge bank, that's ever growing and in need of ever growing.
I can't wait to see my knife.
Yeah, it'll get restored. I know. I'll find the time.
See
for
all
it.
the shininess of
Yeah.
like, yep.
Without all those
Thank
rusty
you,
bits on
Dad.
it. Yeah. Yeah. So, whatever you're working on, I'd love to see what you guys are working on, your projects. Send them through. You can comment below. Engage with us. The discussion is always important to us, and it's good to engage with you guys and see what you're up to. You can email me at legacytoolworks@gmail.com. That's as it's spelt, no spaces, all lowercase. And until then, keep creating, and we'll see you in the next episode. Ciao for now.
Boom.